fucking D. This thing is 300 bucks. Deep, dark, and... My name is Van. I'm 30 years old, and I'm from Japan. I'm an artist. I'm a performance artist. I'm hired for people to fulfill their fantasies. Deep, dark, kind of sad. I'm kind of sad right now. I don't know why.
Hello everyone, my name is Notepad Anon, and this is Gachimuchi Nirvana Seekers. Today we're going to be hammering away at this, and the goal is to finish it up. That's I know it's a lofty goal, but that is the plan, the goal, and various other very encouraging words. So what changed from last time? Well, the major thing that changed was me adding in every single style. Most of the styles are pretty simple. I kind of left them open to allow you, the game master or player, kind of like, hey, I want to make this one. You get some of the odder ones are usually a little bit more expensive. However, it's like, hey, where's the really simple one that I like? Until he studded fist, you cost 3. You use your intellect, your perception, and your wit. And when defending, the counterattack deals int plus whatever attribute you want damage. So if you have an int 3, and if you have like say an int of 5 with a perception of 6, you can add those together and do 11 damage, which is pretty significant in this system. Why? Because you're supposed to be smart. And then you have things like the Catalina kickboxing, which is all about heavy striking to knock people on their ass and beat them to death. So overall, the major things that need to get done today. The absolute things that need to get done. I didn't get this quite done. This is just going to be writing. This isn't going to be like, I'm not going to do this on stream because it's just going to be very boring. We're going to be working on equipment today. Then we're going to be working on unique locations. Finally, we're going to be working on mysticism and meditation, kind of the This is the main four things. And from there, we'll probably work on, like, if it hasn't, like, 5 hours or some if it isn't, like, 3 hours in or some ungodly number like that, we'll probably work on style adjustments, which I didn't do because I'm like, I don't quite know I want to do this yet. I have an idea for it now. It's just an act of... Not necessarily I'm worried about my stream being boring, more in the idea of this is literally just going to be me typing heroes are this, and this, with this, and this. It is literally just going to be me, like, raw typing out things and deleting things. Like, okay, you're coming to me for... If you're coming here, you're probably here for design stuff. You're not here for, like, oh boy, let's listen to someone creatively write poorly in a fucking Buddhist gay porn setting. You ain't coming here for that. Or maybe you are. I really don't fucking know. Like, I am mystified I have 62 followers to begin with. Like... Hello, Salmon. How are you? So, let's get... So, I got most things here, and as you can tell, I did add pictures finally to many things. Fun fact, finding sumo images actually incredibly difficult. Very difficult. And here's to give you the idea of how much shit still needs to be done. Oh gosh, that's not good. But yeah, we have all this shit to do. It's gonna be probably a long one. I got my coffee. I got my dreams of a better tomorrow. That's all I can really hope for. Alright, let's get rolling, I guess. So, tools and baubles, equipment. Now, equipment is going to be incredibly light because that's the point of equipment. I don't really want you using equipment. That's not the point of the game. It's not to be like equipment porn or anything. It's... I'm taking a magic potion to restore my vitality. I'm taking a... You know, I'm drawing a weapon because a very specific thing is going on. That's kind of the idea. So, through Ashoka's broken world, they will possession a plethora of items and gear that can assist them in their endeavors. I don't know how I like that wording on it, but thanks, I guess. I think I'm allowed to say thanks to that. I can't say anything. You guys were bullying me earlier today. I was like, God, maybe I should buy Dominions 5. I'm like, I don't know, Notepad. Should I buy the autistic game or not? They will have their possession plural of gear that can assist them in their endeavors. The thing is, I would want to play multiplayer with the guys. That's the big thing. That would be pretty much the main reason I would want to play multiplayer. Probably multiplayer with the Merchants Guild as well. As long as the seeker is in possession. Actually, what I should say. And actually, I should put a side. I want to put a side note. Side note. Currency. The seekers will be traveling across the land. The land, but a land divided by many. Land divided by many different rulers and cultures. Rather than have a unified currency, often there are a number of different local local currencies to be used. Tracking that is rather dull. So the Seekers will instead have a goods. Actually, how do I want to do? I don't want to say best value. I will call it. We'll have a goods. Actually, a number of quote goods, which represents raw tradable items and other knickknacks. To pawn off in areas for what they need. Alternatively, just commit acts of heroism, and people tend to give you things. Like food. Because that's like one of the big ideas. Like, I don't really want to bog people down with items, and like, this isn't going to be an equipment porn game. That is not the entire point of this game. If you want to, like, a really hardcore equipment porn game, that's ain't it. Okay, what I'm going to do is... you can put weaponry down below further. Alternatively, what we can do is insert table 1 by 1, paste it here, side note currency. Oh God, oh sweet Jesus, oh sweet mother of fuck, what did I do? What in God's name? I clicked something I shouldn't. Okay, we're not going to question what happened there. We are not going to question what occurred there. So, tinged in blood weaponry. Weapons. Weapons are an equalizer in the great world of Ashoka. Whether using tool farming implements to bludgeon brigands, and to using meteorite steel blades to carve demon beasts in twain. Seekers are, I wouldn't say discouraged. According to Arjun's path, weapons in general are viewed as a last resort, a method for the weak to defend themselves. But to a seeker, a obstacle in their quest for perfect enlightenment. Because I want you to punch people to death. Pretty simple, not gonna lie. When a seeker draws a weapon, they will immediately become a lethal tool in their hand. Their hands representing the seeker's raw ability and power in the field. Raw ability and power. A seeker will have to deliberately pull their strikes have to deliberately pull their strikes, eliminating the benefit of having a weapon to prevent unnecessary death. And actually to prevent deaths, to prevent spreading the miasma of death, and forcing mortals to re-enter the cycle. There we go. Actually, what I should say is when confronting, however, when confronting devils, demons, or other heroes, perhaps the only thing keeping the secret alive is a tool of war. Because pretty much the idea I have is heroes are pretty much on the same level of seekers, except they've kind of embraced their dharma, rather than the seeker saying, "Nah, I don't want to embrace that. That's not me, boo-boo." They have very much said, "This is who I am, and this is what I will do." And that's how you're gonna get like some fucking Lu-boo motherfucker showing up, being like, "Hey, Gachimuchi." Yeah, I saw that. I was looking at it. I'm like, I really want to. I get it? Do I not? I was gonna watch a video on it, see if can I even learn this within a reasonable amount of time. It is what it is. It said it goes until the 8th, so I have time. I have a few days. Yes, no. I can respect that. See, people have actually requested from me, being like, "Hey, have you ever thought about making a Dominions game?" I'm like, the fuck no! I'm not even going to attempt that shit. Like, fuck me. That's a level of autism I'm not even comfortable with. Yeah, exactly. The amount of reading on each individual mythology, ugh. How do I want to do this? How do I want to do this? You know what? I already wrote a system for this, actually. So, like yesterday, this is Stigmata, Faith and Fury. I did a little bit more work on things. I just need to do some more fixing. Also, here's all of the, here's the chart. I just cleaned some stuff up, mostly, from last time. Where was it? Right here. Melee weapons. That's what I'm looking for. I can probably use this method. So, great weapons. We're going to add flat +8. Blood. Massive tools requiring 2 hands to effectively use and are incredibly lethal to those who don't understand how to block or defend against them. And then we're going to do it's going to be requires 2 hands to successfully use. And let's see, only heavy strike. And so you can only heavy strike. And how we want to look. Most of these are going to look like this. Let's see it. In my opinion, how many magic items are enough? Really depends on the game. Honestly, it really depends. A game like this, I'm going to say, like, since magic items are supposed to be a little bit more open, a little bit more plot heavy, like, I've added 3 in, and I'm not really going to add any more in, because I don't really need to, because every item is kind of tied to the story at hand. Games like D&D, or a kind of like where the acquisition of items are important, then having more is pretty good. Oh god, Salmon, you are right about that. No, thing is, I know what system I'd use for Dominions, and it would have to be the fucking Slave to Chaos game, because it's effectively Dominions. It's like, it kind of is, feel comfortable with it, like, okay, these are like a good amount of items that you can kind of work with and that players can kind of see and use. However, if you're not confident, being like, oh, I don't know if I should add more. Oh no, I think I should add, we need more, we need that. Don't hesitate to put in, like, even like a little section saying, this is how you can make magic items. Not necessarily like, here's a point buy system or whatever, but like, here's the philosophy behind making them. Make them weird, make them mysterious, make them old tech or whatever. Like, there's a lot you can do with that. Yeah. If anything, when you start, like, I have literally, like, you're just getting burnt out writing them, add in that section, and people will say, oh, okay, I want to add in a magic sword that I can fly on or something. Cool, this is how you do it. Like, hey, I want to do, have a fucking shield that blocks fire completely. Cool, this is how you do it. Like, make it simple. Like, my usual big thing when it comes to a lot of games is the more things you have, the more things you can interact with. So, for example, when I was doing the styles up here, I kind of understood what was being used and what wasn't. So, like, mountain breakers, you can use the gouge action. All seekers have access to the gouge action. This is what you can do. Or like the sweltering echo. You can move, and defend, and that's all after image strike is. I'm literally moving so fast I can hit you and not worry about it. But these are all mechanics that are in the game currently that they're just using or changing. So more mechanics, good. Because it gives you a little bit more room to maneuver with. But it kind of depends on how your philosophy on magic items right now. Fireworks. God, people are still shooting fucking fireworks off. Goddamn. But yeah, like, stuff like that. Like, if you, fun fact about like D&D, a lot of the magic items in that game are literally just spells refluffed that do something slightly different. Like, there aren't many, like, quote unquote unique magic items, and if there are unique, it just plays with the systems, or it's a narrative machine. The bag of holding literally does nothing. There is no mechanical benefit for having a bag of holding. Narratively speaking, you can shove whatever the fuck you want in it, and it is an amazing magic item for that reason. It is entirely narrative based. And then we're going to have standard weapons. Plus 5 blood. Tool of War. Tool of War. Used from the highest of kings to the lowliest of peasants to inflict death. Death on their foes. Can be finely crafted, or crudely made. It does the same. Let me see. And can be used in one hand. And literally that's it. And just like, this is just a basic standard weapon. I don't really want to go too hardcore in this section. And also for the, for the purposes of like what a great weapon is. This is a great weapon in this unit. Oh god, this would be a great weapon. It's fucking it's the Dragon Breaker, Dragon Slayer. I mean, it is such a fucking colossal weapon that it is impossible to be fucking used by anyone else, really. But that's the point. A small weapon, plus 3 blood. A small tool of war. Small tool, often used for cutting or hitting, cutting or bashing, but still clearly used for combat. Can be used by many, but favored by those of a sneakier bent, or those willing. A sneakier disposition, I should say. Aggressive intent. Can be used in one hand. One hand can be hidden with ease. Can be thrown, because when in doubt, just fucking throw your knife at someone. Just yeet a goddamn knife at them. What are they gonna do about it? Using 1 or 2 hands. And then we have to add the improvised weapon. So, improvised weapon plus 0 blood. Now, this is the important thing. 0 blood. A tool, a object or item that can be used as an improvised weapon of death. An improvised item to inflict pain. Improvised pain inflictor. Often destroyed after its first couple of uses. After its first use or couple of uses. Well, not immediately threatening. A good hit with 1 can send the unwary sprawling. Easily broken, easily found, easily broken and easily found. That's pretty much the only gimmick of the improvised weapon. So if you want to break a fucking object, you want to break a vase over someone's head, yeah, you can do that. Go for it. I will not stop you. Add-ons, let's see. Now we get to play, does columns work? Columns do work. Can I make the dream reality? I can. So let's see. Did we add in range weapons? Yeah, I should add it. All weapons are designated by their melee blood damage slash this ranged blood damage. So a great weapon would be doing 8-6, would be doing 5-3, be doing 3-1, and this would be doing 0-0. Now, the big idea of why improvised weapons are still 0, it's the idea that you can throw a table at someone or beat a table over someone's head. While it's not going to do any bonus blood, it's the idea that it's still lethal. Because as long as you're using a weapon, it's lethal. You're not doing any bonus damage, it's just not making it lethal. That also makes it easier to kind of remember to just use it as like a weapon to knock someone out. Like, oh, hey, can I just use this weapon? I'm going to beat this table, but I'm not going to try to kill the guy with it. Being like, all right, and, pull your strike and bap. Okay, so, Iron Guard's armor. Actually, what I should say is Iron Garbs. Armor is, actually, where there is a weapon, there is someone trying to counter that weapon. That is where armor comes into play. Armor acts as a method to block, to mitigate incoming damage. As well as prevent undue harm, prevent harm to mitigate incoming damage, but at the cost of being slower and lowering the user's total stamina. The armor's value mitigates an amount of damage that would have normally be dealt to them. Should the user be struck and dealt no damage, any additional effects are mitigated entirely. Most styles are also not entirely built around wearing heavier armor. So making it so that certain armors actively detract from the total combat dice a seeker can use. If you haven't got it yet, I do not want you to use fucking armor. But you need to put it in, because if you do not put it in, people are not going to know what the hell they're doing. We love people, but people are stupid. Let's see, so we want to do... so we'll do basic armor. Actually, what we'll do is armor type, armor value, armor penalty. Actually, it would be armor combat penalty, and then finally a description. So we're going to have basic armor. It's going to have an armor value of 2. Going to have 0 penalty with it, because again, these are just very basic robes and such. That still kind of interferes with your basic ability to do things. You're just lowering your stamina by 2. Armored clothing and other cheaply made garbs to protect from simple bandits. Protect from harm. That feel when she hits me with that dollar store pepper spray. Let's see, we want to do... light armor. It's going to have armor value of... medium armor. Armor value 4. Heavy armor. This is where things start kind of ramping up. So let's light armor. Okay. Basic soldier's garb, allowing them to stay in the fight. Stay in the fight and continue. Stay in the fight, even if they were to sustain small wounds. Reserved for warriors and other heavier infantry. Medium armors are often metal, and are usually often made of little metal. Made of little metal. The first true metal armors, actually what I should say is full metal armors, allowing nobles and other valuable individuals to survive the battle. And finally, the heaviest armors available, worn only by those confident in their own abilities, or terrified of actual harm. We don't need Leto, we need Monthrasat. Can I get you down to 8? Yeah, I'm thinking we're gonna get you down to 8. We want to do, you'll make you 3 for armor value. What are you at? You're at 1. Can I get you down to, what do you look at 1? You don't look very good, so we maybe you 1.25. And we can make you 1.25 to balance things out. And where are you at? We'll just turn you to 1. So, should put in a point. Mystical armors are available. But rare and often reserved for... Actually, what I should say is... Armor is a valuable tool. Valuable tool for those engaging in war. But the Seeker's abilities and perhaps Arjun's focus on wrestling allows them to mitigate its effects by grappling opponents to the ground. Because remember, armor doesn't actually block damage to your stamina, which is the main thing you're doing to actually mitigate, to knock someone out during a grapple. You want to lower their stamina to 0 by effectively trying to chokehold them or throwing them down and doing things like that. That doesn't actually help you if you're wearing heavy armor. Like, wearing heavy armor is lowering your stamina by the armor value. If you have 12 stamina, you now have 6 stamina, and that guy's going to be able to toss your ass around. That's the point. Armor is a compensation. It is like, well, I can't really fight. You know, we're fighting with war, you know, spears and swords. It's really useful against that, but like against people trained in the art of grabbing your ass and breaking your spine using their fists, not actually that useful. Unfortunately for everyone involved, the Seekers are especially trained in that regard. Delicious coffee. Damn fine cup of coffee. And tinctures and tools. Now, here comes the best part about this section. Is that I can go here, I can enter the lexicon full of my other shit. Where are you? Where are you? I'll use list of weapons and stuff. And manly, for context, if I were to do a Dominions game, I would probably end up using this section or these options for the more fantasy races, while adding in a whole bunch of stuff from the Endless series to do its own thing. Because there's a lot. I have a lot of these. If you want true autism, it was Slaves to Chaos. This was such an autistic endeavor. But it fucking works. Let's see. We want to do items and such. Come on, baby. Yeah, exactly. Slaves to Chaos is all about building a nation that goes through the ages. So what I would be able to do is be able to write every single nation individually, go through every single age, all their various creatures for it individually. And then I'd want to kill myself. Just due to the fact of just how painful that would be on a physical and emotional level. Let's see. We don't need any of you. We haven't invented guns yet in setting. Even if we did, guns wouldn't be very useful because fuck that. You can't achieve Dharma that way, baby. Okay, scraps and tools. Cuckoo choo choo. Let me see. Alright, so, blue vial. Brown vial does work. The elixir of body does work. The elixir of mind does work. Light blue, orange vial. We don't need that. We don't need that. We don't need that. Purple vial we can use. We can use the white vial. We are not going to use worm juice. Not going to use the yellow vial. Now, fun fact, for those who don't know, this was entirely... Do something? All of these were from the Fear and Hunger game. And that was a pain in the goddamn ass to write. Fun fact, kids. But it also is probably my most extensive amount of items that I've ever had. So, we'll do restore. We're using primarily D8s. We'll do restore 2d8 blood. Restore 1d8. Actually, restore 2d8 stamina. We want to restore 4d8 blood and 2d8 stamina. The elixir of body is very good. Elixir of mind is we want to restore 4d8 aura. Aura. Which, mind you, after this, what I get to do is go through this entire fucking game and just make sure everything sounds right, because I've changed things gradually, just moving small things, like just putting stamina in this instead of STAs. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. Real fucking fun. Why in God... Oh my god, it's doing this. I will never understand why it does this. And if Google ever can explain why it does that, I do not know. It is the oddest thing. It does it for no reason. It just sometimes puts like half the table down below. I thought it was image related for a time. It's not. It just does. I think it has something to do with tables. Hence why I fucking hate tables in this game. Okay. 48 aura. Do we need the light blue vial? Yeah, we'll do... What we'll do instead is we'll do 2d8 blood. Blood and 4d8 stamina. Kind of the reverse of it. The orange vial. Game plus 3 combat die. Combat die, reduce blood by 2d8. Actually, do we want to do 2d8? No, we want to do reduce blood by... Eight's the number of enlightenments. We want to do 7, maybe? Yeah, reduce blood by 7. Purple vial, we're just going to do restore. 2d8 aura. And cures poison. There we go. Okay, what other tools do we have in here? So, this is going to be the vial. The vial, actually the elixir, actually no, it would be tonics, and then effect. you any more stigmata. Yeah, the Fear and Hunger game had you having to worry about severe physical trauma and having to take off people's limbs. So, luckily, I don't have to worry about that in this game. But I am going to add in medical tools. Actually, we'll do medical tools. Because honestly, people usually want like medical stuff in games as like for items because it's something immediate and you immediately know what you're getting. And it's something like, oh, this is going to help me like restore 3 blood. Nice and simple for blue herbs. We want to do... We're not going to add opium in, even though that would... See, actually, I'm curious. Generally, Busiks denounce and have historically frowned upon the use of any intoxicants by an individual who has taken the 5 precepts. Okay. So, drugs bad in Buddhism. Cool. However, we're also kind of using a little bit of... Yeah, okay. And the green herb. We start to be Ara. Yeah, the herbs are little things, but a lot cheaper. The tonics are a lot more expensive, but have a lot more kind of like gradual effect. You're going to get a lot more out of it if you are using the tonics. Is there any other... Okay, so we want to do tonics and effects. We want to do tools. Lantern. Provides light source. Requires fuel. There you go. So, what does a lantern do? It provides light. Let's see. Murky vial. We need the purifying talisman, obviously. I wonder, can Buddhists own a gun? Thundering deity used in similar sense firmness, interpretation, lacto-vegetarian diet. Alright, see Ajax, don't worry about it. With my luck, this will probably be going for a while, because I gotta get everything done. Can Buddhist be a soldier? Small... Does Buddhism believe in war? Non-violence that aren't... avoid killing, harming another living thing. Nothing Buddhist... Any support use of violence to way to resolve conflict, though. Okay, let's consult the BBC. Oh, geez. In times of war, sermons put clear, powerful example stresses that you need to love your enemy no matter how cruelly he treats you. Figures like Dalai Lama. You take up arms under any circumstance, even knowing they would be killed as a result. It forbids them to kill, even if in self-defense. For Buddhist countries that possess difficult dilemma on how to protect the rights and lives of citizens while breaking the principle of nonviolence. The pure Buddhist attitude is shown in the story. Word to the book. As unwavering and dedicated. You were fools, said the veteran. Some had wiped out all the Buddhists in the world, and you were the last one left. Would you try not to kill the last person who was trying to kill you, and doing so save Buddhism? Better let him kill me. If there is truth to Buddhism and the Dharma, it will not disappear on the face of the earth, but will reappear with the secret truth and rediscover it. Feeling I would be betraying and abandoning the very teachings I would be seeking to preserve, so it would be better to let him kill me and remain true to the spirit of the Dharma. So, by sheer technicality, yes, Buddhists can use war, can partake, use war, and according to, in theory, they can use special tools to assist them in that. However, no. So what we're going to do, Soulstone's going to get a little bit of a change. So actually able to be used as a guiding light in the treacherous dungeon. Do we have any other ones that we need? No, I do not think so. But I am going to put it in, though. What else do we need? 108 prayer beads that reflect the prayer beads that allow the user to enter Shangri-La. Shangri-La for a number. Actually, they allow the user to enter Shangri-La for a short amount of time. Consumed upon use. Because Shangri-La is spooky and filled with shit that doesn't want to kill you. It just really doesn't like you doing whatever the fuck you're doing. It's more confused by you. Alright. Thornix. Tinctures, tools, and other. Now, can we pull some real gamer moves here, boys? Let's see. Maybe we won't be able to. No, I want to reduce this down to 2. There we go. It won't let me drag anymore. Yep, it's not letting me drag. Fuck. We'll do 1.5. Yes, we can. So now what we're going to do, insert table 2 by 1. Select everything in there. Ho, ho, ho. And we can probably go down to 1 even. Can we go down to 3.8? Can we go down to 3.5? Yes, we can. That means we can go right here, column width 3.5. And then select both of these table properties, left alignment center with them in the middle. Ever since I learned how to do this, I've been a real human being. That does mean we got to... Wait, what are you at? You're at 1. Wait a second. Are you doing the thing? Oh my god, I hate it. Okay, we want to see. Now, this is the beautiful thing about Google and why I fucking despise this goddamn platform sometimes. It's thinking that it's thinking that it's not actually a. It's thinking it's 3 instead of what it actually is, just 1. And that's great. That's just making my life really fucking easy. Can I finagle you somehow? Probably not. So we actually want to put you up top. Now, this is the real gamer moment. Let's see if I can make this work. So, we got our effects here. Actually, we want to do normal text, paste, link to spread, not link the goddamn spreadsheet. Paste unlinked. Oh, we wanted to put you down to 1. Now this one, it thinks it's 1. There we go. Yes, it does work. Yes, yes. Did I link you on accident? Did I link you wrong? No, you just don't feel like working? But you are at like fucking nothing. Why are you doing this to me? Oh my god. Okay, you know what? We'll delete that. We're going to recopy this and maybe there is just like an error or something. I don't know. No, it just doesn't want to. Oh my fucking god, I hate this goddamn service sometimes. Okay, I want to go down to 1. Cool. Can I go down to 0.75? There we go. Cool. Okay, you're working now. Not before, but now you're working. Cool. Awesome. I love fucking Google. Holy shit. Google Senpai, please. Stop hurting me. That's all I ask. Okay, topics. Okay, journeys across Ashoka. These seekers will have access, will find will find and buy various tinctures and tools to assist them on their journeys. Assist them on their quest for enlightenment. And I just realized something very bad, and that's I have to change everything to its proper. Let's change you to 10, then we gotta change you to Madrasat. First off, change you to 10, then we change you to Madrasat. There we go. Everything is right. We can slap an image right there. Perfect. Cool. We got items done, everyone. We are one step of the way to finishing something. God, there's still so much to do. But we're making time. We're making time. Okay, so magic. Magic and sorcery. Sorcery. The Seekers will encounter those who bend the unnatural power of the world to their whims. These cursed individuals, these individuals go by many names. Actually, let me see. What's a Hindu sorcerer? Do mantrics known as worship Kali. Chance to please God. Okay. Indians. Okay, what the fuck's a Kapala? I am mantric. So, these will go by many names, but all are given a simple term, a mantric. Mantrics, actually, individuals go power to the whims, whether it be divinity at work, or a mantric bending the natural laws to their whims, to their will. Sorcery and magic are part of the world in a mysterious fashion. When encountering a magician, actually, encountering a mantric. When encountering a mantric, when encountering an individual casting magics, the Seeker's natural blood and stamina are not being attacked directly. Instead, their aura is picked away by the magic surrounding them. Should a Seeker's aura be destroyed during this time, they are completely susceptible. They're completely susceptible to to the magic at play. Most mortal sorcerers, most mortal mantrics require the use of chance and other time-consuming spells. Assuming spells to work effectively. While divines and certain heroes have mitigated the need to use such things, simply whispering the words of divinity in a effort to destroy their enemies. Magic cannot be blocked. Cannot be blocked outside of the Seeker's aura. However, a Seeker can disrupt the magic before it begins, but will require the use of their soul attribute in an attempt to stop it before it occurs. So what this means in gameplay terms, the idea is you cannot stop a spell once it's fired off. Someone has shot a spell at you, you're going to eat it on your aura, because that's really all you can do. You're going to take it on the chest, and you just kind of have to deal with it. However, you have that initial layer of protection to help you with. Someone cannot just blast you immediately. A fireball is going to hit you and do no damage because your aura took it. That's the point of it. The problem is you can't block that. You have to disrupt it before it even begins. Hence why it's like, oh no, a mantric is, casting magic at us. What do? Grab him and restrain that bitch. Choke him out. Make sure he cannot speak anymore. Do things that counter that magic before it begins. Or, hey, there's a evil ritual going on. We need to stop it. Okay, I'm going to use my soul to at least prevent it from happening for a time. Buy us a little bit more time until we can stop it fully. Or, hey, this divine beast is doing shit that's fucking our day up. I'm going to use my soul to see if I can't counteract it for just a smidge. Like, you can delay magic, or you can stop it at the core, but once it's fired off, it's out there. You cannot deal with it. However, the big thing is, you, the Seeker, do not actually possess magic. Actually, I should put that in as a side note. Side note, actually, how this works. Effectively, magic needs to be cut off at the source. When fighting a evil mantric, summoning a demon, summoning a demon, choke the mantric out before he finishes. Because once he does, you can't stop it. Same goes for more direct spells. Getting struck by a bolt of mystic light will take off the aura first. While getting struck by a bolt of mystic light will take off the Seeker's aura. This is Gachimuchi Nirvana Seekers. The goal is to wrap everything up today. And we've got done with items. So yeah, we got the entirety of items done. It doesn't seem that impressive, but this is just a lot of little shit you gotta worry about. And now we're working on magic and the soul, and then we get to go to the various worlds, which I'm not going to write like a full thing on right now. It's just, again, it's just going to be lore bullshit. But like, this is what happens here, this is what happens here, and then we get to do meditation, i.e. leveling up. And then we're effectively done. If I'm feeling confident, I might go back and do some side stuff. Same goes for direct spell. Against struck by a bolt of mystic light, will take off the Seeker's aura first. Aura's first, but preventing that bolt from firing is the top priority. Because one of the big things with magic is you do not have access to magic as a Seeker, actually. Sorcery at its core relies on being part of the cycle and adhering to the gods' whims. As a Seeker, you've removed yourself. Seeker, you've removed yourself from the cycle in an attempt to escape it. The Seeker can understand sorcery. They can even be incredibly knowledgeable about it. But they can never use it as a mantric or divinity can. As a mantric, hero, or divine can. Power comes at a terrible cost. And that's one of the big things. It's like, hey, I want to remove myself from the cycle because I can't use magic, so I may as well say fuck it and not let that bother me. Insert table one by one. We want to do a side note. Oh God. Oh Lord. Adhering. Yeah, I know. Yeah, to give you the sheer amount of autism that I've gone through over the years, actually the past like 2 years I've been doing this is just a lexicon of all the like little side mechanics that I've had and just developed over the years that like people probably want to see. And these are all of the games, and it's like, oh Lord, go away, games. It's too much of you. I need to finish these things. And they usually are finished, but they just aren't finished enough. Secret magic, effectively magic. Okay, wander the dreaming land. Choka's dreaming land. Mahik. Ashoka's world is a chaotic one since the birth of humanity, birth of mankind, with Ashoka's children, waging wars and killing one another over the pettiest of differences. The other major issue are the gods and monsters that call Ashoka home from the ancient cosmic wars. The gods reside in Shangri-La. Is that even the proper term for it? I want to feel like such a dumbass if it isn't. Shangri-La. Nobody wants to go to fucking Cleveland. Kunlun Mountain. Okay, Shangri-La doesn't exist. However, Kemblog, Beos, Beol. Okay. Gods reside in Beol's sacred valleys and mystical places, which hone the power of their godlike abilities. Gods reside in Beol, sacred valleys and gateways to their throne in the heavens. These Beols, I'm probably horribly mispronouncing this. Beol, pronunciation. Beol. Pronounced Bay? This is pronounced Bay? What the fuck? Beul, yeah, Beul. Oh, God. Oh, Lord. Okay, I'm using the more mystic word for it. Why did you decide a basic game of gacha and fucking Buddhist cycle of life? I did it because the people wanted a gacha game, and people wanted, and I already had all the Exalted stuff set up, and Exalted is pretty much, the best way to sum up Exalted is Hindu-Chinese bullshit. So I'm like, well, I have all this Hindu-Chinese bullshit here, and I also have all of this, fucking gacha stuff people want me to make, so, like, why not fuse them together? And I'm like, well, what would be the most ideal sense of things? Well, it's to make it the surreal gay porn experience. Because Shangri-La doesn't exist. Shangri-La is a thing purported by a British writer of all fucking people. So these Beols serve as a place where only the most holy can reside in. Like, that's actually, like, a major fucking issue with a lot of, like, Asian stuff we see. Because what happened is the British showed up, and then it was like, ha, why, good chap, I quite enjoy this Hinduism. It's quite quirky. Sips tea, kicks an Indian man in the face. My God, I'm gonna write a book about this. And it's like, no, Anglos, please cease. Stop destroying culture. Like, that's like why we get a lot of, like, that's how we get, like, a lot of, like, weird shit out of China, because we keep interpreting things wrong, and then, like, British Hong Kong, it was like, huh, wow, this is pretty quirky. Yeah, no, like, wowzers, now this is pod racing. It's like, no, Sir Arthur Bennington III, please, God, no. Like, you get that with a lot of, like, Asian faiths that happened with, in America, we have a bad tendency of, if you're not from the USA, you probably don't understand a lot about, like, what Native Americans are. But Native Americans are really fucking diverse. There are thousands of tribes of Native Americans, all very different culturally, all very different, like, in the way of thinking. However, the USA was like, okay, you all are Indians. You're over there. And they're like, no, no, we're Cherokee. You Indians over there, do your own thing. I don't like them Indians, but sir, those are the Sioux. They're not like us at all. Those there Indians. Like, and that kind of just purported, oh, like that hundreds of years later, we still, it's like, oh, it's the Indians, or it's just these very broad terms. But we get that with a lot of different places. If you ever, just about every place has its own kind of bastardization of it, but like places like Africa got really fucked over because of colonialism. Asian countries got real fucked over because of that, and well, partially because Han Chinese. The Chinese fucked over the Chinese cultures. That's its own hilarious story. And like you get some really fun too. Yeah, Anglo borders. Yeah, like one of the big issues with Africa, and wait, time for a little bit of racist notepad here. However, it's for it's good for good purpose. A lot of people, when they say, like we're proud Africans or something, fail to realize that there is no Africans. Nobody in Africa says they're fucking African. They are Hutu, they are Tutsi, they are Ibu, they are Hausa, they are Tutsi. They are all these different ethnic groups that have very unique and very fascinating cultures individually that are completely separate from others. And that's where we see a lot of conflicts in Africa derived from. It's like Nigeria is what I'd spent a lot of time in college studying. Like the Nigerian Civil War was because, if I remember correctly, it was the Ibu people were like, we want our own fucking land and we keep getting our shit rocked elsewhere. So we're going to break away and let you Hausa and Tulani fuckers do your own thing. And you let those Yoruba fucks do their own thing. You can kill each other. I actually went over this in Hearts of Darkness. Because that's what I had to do. Like this is what kind of is like Africa is about. And it's fucking fascinating. Because we don't see that. Hell, even now, people like in Africa do not many of them view themselves as their nation. They view themselves as their specific tribe first. And there's only a couple nations out there that really kind of emphasize the nation above it. Botswana's pretty good about it. Botswana's got its own issue, but like overall, if you ever want a fascinating country, look at Botswana. Tanzania. Tanzania does that. Because they say we are Tanzanian. But that guy, I can't remember his name. It was like Good Luck fucking Jonathan. Not Good Luck Jonathan, that was Nigeria. But he had like the most boring name ever, but he was a bastard about it. But he was like, I'm going to make sure that we are Tanzanian, not individual tribes. He worked very hard on that, and there's a reason Tanzania is, like, relatively speaking, doing pretty damn well for itself. And then you get places like the DRC. Like, the Democratic Republic of the Congo physically could not get all of their different ethnic groups to agree on anything. Because the Belgians. 95% of problems in the Democratic Republic of the Congo can usually be related back to the fucking Belgians, or when it used to be called Zaire. It's like, oh Jesus, how could one little country fuck up this massive one so quickly? Oh no. Like in Asia, like one of the big issues with like China wants everyone to be Han Chinese. That's their big thing. That's why we get like the Uyghur mainland in the chat. Yeah, Indonesia, Philippines, fucked. But like China's like really fascinating because you had this kind of internal one. The Han Chinese said we are true Chinese, but they keep having people come in and say, okay, no, we're the new Chinese now. Like, Manchurians are their own thing. But, like, if you say, like, oh, who ran the Qing dynasty? They were Manchurians. It wasn't, like, Han Chinese running it. They were Manchurians, were like, okay, we're the new China. And then you had, like, the Mongol dynasties. You had all these different things. And, like, that's why China now is so... We would consider it kind of bizarre, and, like, how they want to, like, stamp down, like, this is Chinese culture, this is who we are. If you understand that they had been going through centuries before that of here is this different ethnic group running the country, or here is like this other group who runs things, like you kind of understand why. I don't support the CPC at all, Communist Party of China. I don't support that. But if you kind of understand the context of like what Mao was doing back in the Chinese Civil War and what he was purporting, it makes a fuck ton of sense why he got so popular and why people follow him as much as he can. And yeah, like Indochina, you get a lot of issues. Like Indochina though, I like Indonesia and stuff, they are doing not great, but like there's a reason they're one of the Asian tigers. Like they could have fucked up real hardcore, but they didn't. The Filipinos, no, they're Filipinos. And we all love the Filipinos. Like, let me see what the other like really bastardized ones are. Like, fuck, well, like the thing with China, nobody would give a shit about the Uyghurs if we didn't report them. Honestly, nobody gave a shit about the Uyghurs for a long ass time, and China's been doing its best to be like, become more Han Chinese, please. That's all the re-education camps and things are for. They're like, stop being you, start being us, because this society only fucking works if we're all working together. And that's why they kind of stamp down as hard as they do on it. And it's like, oh, Jesus. Oh, God. Now, you get some... Like, that was actually a big issue in, like, Catalan in Spain, like the Catalonians. See, here's the thing. This is my thing. I understand why the CPC is doing it. That's the terrifying thing. I completely understand why they do it. And to them, those are just that. They are just re-education camps. They're going to beat out that Uyghur inside of you, and you're going to become Han Chinese, and you're going to become a happy citizen. And it's like, if you built your entire society around that concept of we are one united people, having people who aren't part of that, who aren't subscribing to that philosophy, doesn't work. And it's like, oh God, like, fuck, who made that video today? I can see him right now. He has the weird hair, and the fucking video is at like 10 frames a fucking second for some reason. Where are you? Yeah, Ordinary Things. He actually did a really good video today on that. Someone left a comment, I think. Oh, cool. Thank you, Karsing Fung, for subscribing to the YouTube channel. I'm at 70 subscribers now. I think, wait, am I at 69? But if you ever want like a really good explanation on how China works, that's actually a pretty damn good video on it. Am I at 69 subscribers? I think I am. Yuck! Yuck! Okay, I got the funny meme number. Time to annoy literally every human being alive. +50 people. Yes, send it on the Discord. But if you ever want to know, like, why... yeah, the funny number. If you ever want to know why some countries are the way they are, there's usually a damn good reason for it. The only one that's kind of like an odd duck in the great schema of things is North Korea, because they managed to fuck communism up. Like, not even like minorly fuck communism up. Like, they managed to like completely fail at communism and made the exact opposite. It's actually hysterical for them. Well, by sheer technicality, by sheer technicality, neither of them really have it. Like, that's kind of a weird thing. Like, if you believe the fact that South Koreans have the right of Korea, you have to understand that they don't really hold the Joseon line of like the old Japanese, and they're more of like a successor state. And then like the North Koreans, like, ugh, god damn it. God damn it, Pig DA. Yes, they're controlled by the Kim dynasty and the Samsung dynasty. Yeah, it's like you can get some fascinating stuff in Korea, actually. That's sort of the place. On their divine missions. However, gods reside in Baal, divine missions. The dungeon is a world unto itself. Being a dark and twisted reflection of the world segmented off into small claustrophobic sections. Let me think. What other weird nations are there out there in the beautiful world? Well, you get the disaster area known as Italy, and the various things there. Spain cannot help but have a civil war with itself. The French are too busy killing one another. Russians barely function. And the Poles exist. The Polish state is a sad bunch of creatures, and we all love them. God bless the Polish people. Dungeon unto itself is a world unto itself, being a dark and twisted reflection. Yeah, post-Soviet stuff, you get some interesting problems there. It's not as like here in the States, it's hilarious when they talk about like the fall of the Soviet Union, because they don't talk about the fall of the Soviet Union in like, well, this country's economic system completely collapsed and everything went to shit. Here in the States is and then America single-handedly destroyed communism using the power of literal love and friendship, and all the Russian people become capitalist and loved each other. The end. It was like, wait a second. I feel this history book is slightly biased on what occurred. Like, wait a second. Being a dark and small claustrophobic sections. Ghasts of previous seekers reside in a constant state of agony. As well as a plethora of souls who failed to be reincarnated, or are failed to be reincarnated, or are simply so evil that they are unwilling to die truly. Many seekers require Seekers require a mask to enter the dungeon. Dungeon to fit in with the ghostly residents. Being able to only survive in there for a short amount of time. Finally, Ashoka's world. Ashoka's world is a large and verdant place ransacked by the wars of his children. Thousands of cultures exist among one another as petty kings and noble princes fight for power and authority. Over the twisted ruins of empires before them. Seekers are universally seen as heroic souls and are respected by almost every culture and creed. However, being individuals of power comes with the cost of others trying to manipulate them to their own ends. It is the duty of the seeker ascertain their true purpose. So what does this actually mean? I'm going to write a side note on it, effectively. That's what it says, Shokas. So, effectively, if you want to enter the dungeon, yeah, congratulations. You're going to have... This is your normal dungeon attire. So, yeah, it's like, oh, yeah, don't worry. We need to enter the dungeon real fast. Yeah, there's a lot of van stuff. Like an absurd amount of stuff for van. Fun fact, this guy also has a DDF. What game is it? Civilization 6. Why does Civilization 6 have a Gachimuchi mod? Alright, don't question it, Notepad. Notepad, do not question Civ 6 modding. Don't question Civ 6 in general. But one of the core ideas is that you're going to be in a place to do things, and the setting is kind of built around that idea. Let's see. Side note. This is a bit, why is this here? Why is this here? When designing adventures for the Seekers, allow them to visit odd places and encounter strange incidents. The surreal nature of the setting should allow people to simply accept the giant 12-foot muscled man residing in a valley, reciting poems that sound like the smell of flowers. Smell of flowers and cinnamon. then or enter a deep dark dungeon to wrestle the ghost of a half-naked man for his special collar. This is fine. Accept it for its strangeness. Now I forgot to add the fact that gods don't actually speak the language. You can't actually understand what gods are saying because they effectively God language is incomprehensible. The problem is people usually go insane from it. You, however, just perceive it differently. The gods who reside in these places speak their own divine tongue. One incomprehensible to mortal ears, but to seekers and heroes, they simply perceive it in a different manner. Insert, and this will be a footnote. Quote, smelling the sound, or seeing the light of their words. Because, yeah, gods are weird. Welcome to fucking Gachimuchi Nirvana Seekers. I will probably have to fix this page up a little bit. One of the other advantages of this is that I can actually convert this over into a PDF, so I might do that. So, reaching, understanding, karma, and meditation. Karma and meditation. Karama. So, as the seeker's journey, as the seekers undergo their journey, they will amass karma, which represents their knowledge and connection to the world. Committing acts increase karma by a certain amount. The more direct and violent the act is the higher the karma gained. However, should a seeker reach 108 karma, I should say 109 karma, they will become a devil, a beast so ingrained, so obsessed with their own power, they will fall from the path and enact their own twisted will. How does a seeker lose their karma? How does a seeker vent their karma? Meditation. One of the presiding desires of seekers is finding meditation spots. Spots which are peaceful places that allow them to reach concordance with themselves and the surrounding world. Oh god, we have 4 viewers. What the hell? It's like 10:30. Why are you all here? Oh, it's peaceful place allow them to reach concordance with themselves and the surrounding world. These moments of meditation should be a reward for discovering and fighting across. Should be a reward for their journey up to that point. Okay, actually, the idea behind this is pretty simple. You can't meditate anywhere. You have to find a good place to meditate. And once you find that good place to meditate, you can kind of spend your experience points, quote unquote, your karma, and build up your own power. Once you build up your own power, you suddenly are stronger. You're better at what you're doing. However, since you can't do it anywhere, it's like, all right, do I really want to gain this experience too fast? Risk pretty much losing my character or having to give up items? Or do I take a moment to kind of think on it through, do some things that are not increasing my karma as high, but still giving me karma to spend on increasing my own power? And it's one of those things you should always describe spots of meditation to be incredibly peaceful and just right. It's not, okay, you're just sitting on the ground and now you're going to meditate. No, 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 no. It's you're resting on the side of a hill as a warm breeze falls over you under the cherry blossom tree, and as you find yourself under this kind of moment of peace and prosperity, you kind of reach a further understanding in yourself. Like, okay, cool. Hey, you're sitting on top of the tallest wall in the city when you come to the realization after your battle with this, you found this. Yeah, it's you reach meditation because meditation is the end goal of the adventure. You are going to a place being like, okay, we know that there's this cool place we want to like find concordance with. Oh no, a fucking devil is trying to kill us all. What do we do? Oh no, the king is trying to enact evil sorcery. Oh no, there's a peasant revolt undergoing, and they don't know, and we kind of have to arbitrate it. Like we don't really want like violence to break out and kind of ruin our meditation. That could be a very real threat. And I want players to feel really detached from certain things, but also really attached to it at the same time. Your priorities are very strange, because you're not really trying to concern yourself with the mortal world, but you're also completely invested in it. It's, I need to meditate to gain power to ascend effectively. Problem is, people are getting in the way of that, and I need to fix it. Or, hey, we found the perfect spot. We know where we want to go. Problem is, there's a 250,000 fucking super monster trying to kill us all out there. Someone needs to deal with this divine beast. What do we do? Or, hey, we need to find an artifact. Where do we go? The dungeon. Like, or, hey, we need to go here. We need to go into a bale and get information. Something for something. Okay, so. Okay, so karma can be spent. This is where things get a little bit odd. Because karma, we need to understand what karma is. So, karma chart, karma gained. So, we want to do completing it. Actually, solving a problem. Actually, what we do is solving a minor problem, solving a major problem. I want to make these pretty broad because I want to be like, yeah, you're kind of designing this. 20 karma, 10 karma. Undergo taking blood damage is 1 karma. So if you take 15, like overall, if you take 15 blood, you're going to gain 15 karma because you're learning, you're becoming more grounded to the world. You're understanding pain sucks. Let me see. Taking blood. Killing a mortal. 25 karma. Killing a hero is going to be 35 karma. What will we say? Defeating a hero is only going to give you 15 karma, but again, defeated them. That's its own reward and probably solved a problem while you're at it. And subduing a... Actually, what we can do, we want a killing, so we want to do subduing a hero, subduing killing a divine beast. Subduing a hero is only going to be 15. Subduing a divine beast is going to be, it would be 20, actually it would be 15. Karma gain reference. Actually, let's see. I'm gonna put a footnote right here. Okay, so subduing a divine beast. So what we want to do here is it would be reference karma. Karma represents the seeker's ties to the world, as well as their knowledge about it. Treat these as a simple guide, but understand that you, as the game guru, actually be the guru guide, as a guru guide, are able to change things as appropriate. Allow seekers to explain their reasoning for wanting less karma. Because it's just like, if you notice, killing a devil doesn't really net you anything. Because devils are that fucking evil that you really don't learn anything from it. You just fight one. You don't get anything from killing a devil, nor do you, like, technically are threatened by anything. That's kind of the threat. Actually, what I should do is subduing a devil. We'll call that just simply 5. Yeah, they're a lot stronger than others. However, you don't learn anything from it. It's like, oh, well, you're just an asshole. And since we are using this as reference chart, and then we want to do the meditation. So how do we want to do meditation? So meditation. So this is where things... Buddy, go away. Now we get to determine how valuable things are. Hell yeah. Math. So let's assume like 10 karma as of right now equals 1 SCP. So that would mean 20 karma equals 1 attribute. Equals 1 attribute /1 skill /1 asset. One style point. Actually, no, it would be 10 karma equals 1 SCP, so 20 karma would be 2 SCP. Wait a second. So that would be 5 karma equals this, because 1 SCP gives you 2 this, 2 this, 2 this. Okay. Alright. Okay, we go with the idea of 10 karma. What we can do is we can just do 25 karma straight off the bat. You can gain 1 secret creation point. You're just being able to increase your attributes, increase things by a flat amount. Wait a fucking second. Why are you so borked? 22, 4, 3. Yeah, God, that's not right. No. Oh, no. Oh, no, no, no. I know that's right, Monroe. No. Okay, so we can do a stacking version. Like 20 karma. Like 20 karma equals. Actually, what we can do is we can do attributes, skills, styles, and then like boons and banes, and then have these as like a stacking cost. So it would be like 15, 25, 35, 45, 60, actually 35, 45, 55, 65 to gain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 additional attributes. Actually, we want 7, 75. Skills aren't as valuable, but still valuable in their own right. So we do 10, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Style points. What are we going to be doing with style points? Notepad, what are we doing with style points? Style points allow you to do additional things, such as being able to suplex a motherfucker easier. 12. Maybe 12? That's kind of an awkward number, but we can work with it. Actually, if we do 15, increase it by 10, by 5, it would be 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. And then boons and bans. It's 5 points per that, so it's like per 5 points, it would be 10. Actually, you need to bump that up. We can do 15, 25, 35, 45, 55, 65, 65, I mean. Or if we really want to be stupid, 11, 22, 33, 44, 55, 66, 77. Just make it a really awkward number to increase your boons and banes by +5. Okay, so if I want to get everything, if I want to max out my character, all the available things, it would be 15, 25, 35, 45, 55, 65, because these are all separate, mind you. 75, yeah, so that would be 315 karma right off the fucking bat there. So that would be 315 karma in total. So if we do 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. $15, 20, 25, 30. And then this is where things are 11, 22, 33. Now, will it work the way I want it to? Yep. We add all these together, and then we want to do a sum at the very end. That is too perfect. Too perfect. 1008. Perfect number. I am a genius. This does also mean that leveling up near the end is going to be, there's going to hit a point where you aren't going, like, your leveling up is going to get a lot more complicated. Because you can experience rapid growth, but then you're going to get real complicated to improve yourself further. Because let's say even like if I want to increase like an attribute and skill, but I've already gone up the track a little bit, it's going to be 55 plus 35, which is going to be 90. 90 is 18 off from losing your character. So it's like, okay, maybe I don't want to do that. You know, it's like, okay, maybe I want to pull back a little bit. Maybe I want to think about this a little bit. It's a lot of kind of that back and forth, like, do I want to do this? Do I not want to do this? That works pretty well. So you can achieve power pretty quickly. The problem is there's going to be the plateau of a lot of these, so you can't really increase your attributes anymore at a certain point. You can no longer increase your skills at kind of a certain point because it's just going to become very difficult to do that. And if we combine it with the fact of, do you want to increase your attributes all right away, early in your adventures? Because you won't be able to upgrade them. You can upgrade them 7 times, and that's it. Do you want to dump all your points in here only to realize later on, like, okay, maybe having some soul would be helpful? Maybe, maybe not. And maybe that's something that the character can understand. Like, I have achieved perfect strength, however, I don't feel whole inside. And maybe that's kind of like something that they can undergo, they can learn. Being like, I've achieved strength, I want to learn more about how to use the strength to be happy. Or, hey, I've achieved perfect intellect, however, why don't I feel happy anymore? You know, it's like, I've learned all these things, I want to learn more. Yeah, so that actually has some interesting connotations to it. This does mean you can buy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can technically buy a cheap style and an expensive style raw using this. So you kind of want to save your karma. Yeah, okay. All right, we can do this. Some meditation karma reference guide. The seeker can spend their karma when they are meditating to increase their power in one of 4 categories 7 times each, with each subsequent step becoming harder than the last. Because if we do this, if this works, actually, karma meditation. Meditation. And then we can put in a note here, actually, under karma meditation, which is going to be the seeker, if they wish, can simply vent their karma, gaining nothing outside losing the karma itself. This isn't a bad thing. It simply shows that the seeker is desiring more knowledge and information, simply desiring more knowledge about attaining inner peace with themselves and the world. Which is to say, you don't spend it, you don't get it. Unless you also, it's like, you don't want to hang on to your experience points. I hate everything you just said there. Every single thing you said there. Fucking Norwegian penal code. God damn you. This is a pun-free zone. God damn it. But in more serious tones, you just try to stop it. Usually divine beasts are more like Princess Mononoke tier bullshit going on. It's like, oh god, it's a giant flaming wolf. I'm going to now wrestle it with no clothes on. Or, hey, oh no, it's a giant three-headed snake that can eat buildings. What do we do against it? You know, dramatically rip off the shirt, revealing your naked bare chest. It's like, it's time. It is time to gachi. It's like, oh no. Not again. Am I saying to fuck the snake? No. Not fuck the snake. Unless that's how you achieve inner peace, but I can't stop you on your quest to achieve peace. So, looking at this, I believe we're pretty good. So, we're done with equipment. We're done with all of these. I really just need to write this section like I meant to, and style adjustments. Oh, wait. God damn it. The puns stop when the typos stop. That will never stop. Let's remember this. I type really fast. Like, that's like the thing that people like don't quite understand. Like, I type incredibly fast sometimes, and that's like why I do most things in like a Notepad document up here, just so I can just type freely without having to worry about all the little things, because I'm that asshole who will like stop and like, oh, I gotta fix this sentence real fast. Oh, gotta fix this sentence real fast. Drives me up the wall sometimes. Every time. People think I actually know what I'm doing, and the secret is that I don't. I am winging it. Alright, so let's make boons and bans go down 1. We're going to need to put you 3, which will be... Actually, would you be 3? Element lash styles are 2. Is 3? Do I not use heading 3 at all? Not really, I guess. Huh, weird. Yeah, it's sometimes just burst out words. It's easiest for me to do that. Oh, God. Style enhancements. The seeker can improve their style by spending excess style points on enhancements. Which reflect individual personalized additions to that particular style that allows the seeker to perfect their own method of battle. Now, I'm not going to do all of them because I have only like a few in the top of my head. But it's going to be like things like like attribute gain, which is going to be like 2. That's like add an additional attribute to the combat pool. Or, you know, like, refocused. Actually, we can call it the remixed style. Actually, we can call that, I'll give that 3. Remix style, which is replace an attribute with another. So you can do things like, let's take, where's my, like the, we'll say, no, that's a, okay, we'll use like the Catalina kickboxer style. Like, for example, if we take Catalina kickboxer, it's agility times 2 plus your health plus your soul. That is how you use this style. That's your combat pool. You can spend 3 additional pools and say, okay, I want to add strength to this. Cool, that's something that you've personalized with it. Or it's like, oh, hey, you know what? I have garbage soul. I'm going to replace this with wit. You're changing the nature of the style to make it sure it's your style and that you can do whatever you want with it. Actually, we can do this. Actually, we can do intense training to replace a requirement with another attribute. Hey, for this Catalina kickboxer style, I don't want health. Not worried about sad people focusing on boosting one attribute. Well, one of the big things about this is we scroll up a little bit. God fucking damn it, Google, I hate you so much. God, I hate Google so goddamn much sometimes. They're gonna fuck my tables up every time. Is okay. Hi, Baki. There are quite a few attributes. And what's the max? You could have a... Do I actually put a max in? No, I don't put a max in. I should change that. But the attribute point cost actually gets pretty high later on. Like, if you want to, you can power level like 1 or 2 of them reliably. But the thing is, if you power level 1 or 2 of them, you're going to miss out on some of the compound attributes. And some of them are like, okay, like strength is pretty good all around. So having 10 strength is pretty ridiculous. But if you have 10 strength, 10 health, you're going to have like 2 agility, and you're not going to act at all, or you're not really going to have really high, your aura is going to suck. So it's kind of like, I'm not going to stop you from power boosting one attribute. I can't stop you from power, like, just, if you really want to build a character who is doing one thing and one thing alone, I cannot stop you. However, the system is not going to like you from it, and that's not kind of like the optimal way of playing. However, kind of spreading yourself really thin across many different things isn't also really recommended, because you're going to have not really any high attributes in anything. So, but that's why you're in a team. That's why you're with 2 to 3 other guys helping you out. You're all kind of compensating for one another. So that, in the perfect world, however, will that stop a player from trying to find like the ideal way to fuck this system? Of course, because that's how games work. I usually set one of my Munchkin friends on it, and if my Munchkin friend is smart, he usually can break anything if given enough time, and it is disgusting, and I love him to death for it. Oh, God. Place requirement. I'd say like reduce cost, but that's not how that works. I don't quite know how to like add another bonus, like what you would even call, like just replace it with like get another bonus from another thing. Like that seems a little bit awkward of doing that. I might actually wait a second. We can do raw damage. We can just do one. All damage down. Actually, oh wait, I know. Combat training to add +1 to the combat pool. Add a +1d to the combat pool. Not tied to any attribute, just a flat bonus. Like, hey, if you want to, like, here's just a little bit of a little boost, itty bitty boost. We can do relaxed style training. We can make that 3. Reduce a requirement attribute by 2. You're pretty much paying 2 to reduce. You're paying 2 to reduce it by 2 +1 just to have it. So it's like, oh, I want the buy hills chop style. I only want it to cost soul 4 instead of soul 6. It's not gonna be as effective, but maybe you have some crazy bullshit plan already set up for it. Who knows? I'm not you. So, yeah, I might do this off screen to see if I can't get a few more of these set up, like 2, 3 more. I just need to... This is literally going to be me staring at a document and being like, can I do this? No. Can I do this? No. Well, double check this. You need to check this. And do this. It's going to be very dull. And... Actually, no. Do that. HLT... parentheses, the Wood Fathers. Yeah, so looking at this, I believe outside me having just to go through and double check everything for purposes of little weird, why are you gray? God damn it. Google. The second Google makes sense, some of like the weird choices it does, feel free to inform me on them. Yeah. Yeah, like changing bonuses would be my one, but it's like, how do you want to do that? And it's just like, then why wouldn't you just get that other style? So like maybe like add a bonus from another style that could work. Maybe like allow it to be used with a certain weapon or something. That's like, how do? That's what it means. Like, it's going to be me literally staring at this being like, how do I do this? Like, go away for a minute, drink it, like have some water, come back. How do I do? That's literally all it's going to be. It's going to be very, very dull, but I'll update it if it comes to that. I'll But looking at things, this is a 8,500 word document at 39 pages. And I believe we are done. There's probably some more thing. Again, I'm going to have to do this. This is just going to take time and it's going to be really dull. It's going to be dull for me. It's going to be dull for you all. But the game does, in theory, work. Like, just pure lore-wise, like, pure gameplay-wise, does work. I also have to add some boons and banes to this, but that's just going to be like, I wonder what numbers work. Numbers, how do they work? But Gachimuchi Nirvana Seekers was an odd duck for a few reasons. How do you take such a bizarre theme of Hindu-Buddhist Gachimuchi fighters and turn it into an actual game? And the answer was crying. It is just sobbing into my hands and praying. But yeah, no worries, no worries. It's I do this all the time, but I like Gachimuchi. I like the this game. I think it works pretty well. The themes and ideas behind it are a little bit weird. I could have leaned a little bit more into the Gachimuchi part, which when I'm writing the lore and stuff, I'll probably do that a bit more just to be like, guys, do not forget this is a gay porno game. Like, that is the joke. The joke is that it's taking itself very seriously. However, it is also fulfilling your deep, dark fantasies. Like, please, guys, remember this. Do not take it seriously. But it's a fascinating game, and I hope will I come back to this game? I don't know. I honestly don't know. Supplements when. Fun fact: this is actually not the first time I've used this system. This is a very heavily modified Song of Swords. I used it another time for another game that is very sex based, because a friend of mine paid me money to dab on a friend, and we thought it was hilarious. I need to fix that game entirely because I really like that idea. But let's see. But with Gachimuchi done. Also, for context here, Norwegian. These are all of the various games I've written over the time. If they're green, they are playable. That's the wrong color of green, isn't it? That is the wrong color of green. I'll put you. That's the wrong color of green as well. Why there's so many different colors of green? Who knows? But looking here, things are going pretty solid. So let's say games Notepad wants to do. Notepad-san. Looking here. Luckily enough, we are actually. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. I clicked the button. Now Steam wants to open. No, Steam. Go away, Steam. You can't hurt me. So, looking here, I'm probably going to have to do Notepadocracy in the Discord, because Gachimuchi Nirvana Seekers is done. Which I need to update the website. I need to update that fucking website so badly. Yes, fix Rifts. Rifts is my favorite game. It is my favorite game of all time, and I will fucking die on a hill saying that. Now, luckily for me, because I am a fucking masochist, mind you, I wrote... Where is it? This is the D2000 system. I wrote this as a, like, how do you simplify a megaversal system to its core components? And does it work? To a degree. It's not perfect and it needs a lot more tweaking. But with a little bit more time and effort, I wouldn't say I'm confident I could fix Rifts, but it's like, given enough time, I can fix Rifts. Like, Rifts is, like, the Fix Rifts project has been in the back of my head for years. I know how to do it. I have the system for it. It is literally down to this point, just me having to throw myself at it and pray. It's just going to be a bitch. Because when I say I'm going to fix Rifts, I'm going to pour over every single book I have of it, put in every single stupid fucking skill Kevin Sabata's put in that godforsaken game, and I'm going to make it work. And I'm going to convince my fucking friends to play Rifts with me, god damn it. Yeah, Notocracy is the voting sessions, yeah. But luckily, we don't have to worry about fixing Rifts next time. this Wednesday we'll probably be starting on this nightmare, which is kind of boiling down to Shadowrun OSR. That's how I'm going to kind of position it. Do I stop by the Mongolian basket weaver form? Yeah. A lot, actually. Let's see if my thread is still up. Yeah, welcome to, this thread I make every month. You get people talking about homebrew stuff. Yeah, TG is where I got my start, Pig, and I respect those guys immensely, and I will fucking die on a hill for them. I will be the first one to say TG is one of the best goddamn places to talk about traditional games. Maybe not much anymore because people can't help but shitpost, but like overall, like quality wise compared to other places, it's pretty damn good. God. You're a fucking old fag and a half, man. Jesus. Yeah, no, it's TG's seen better days. I'll be the first one to say it. It's I got my start as like I've been browsing since 2012. Like my friend introduced me to it. I immediately fell in love with TG. Found my link on the VTuber board. The fuck? Which thread? Please tell me which thread, because I shitpost like. Here's the beautiful thing. Oh God, you found me on the beat. Yes, yes, it's working. It's working. Western VTuber, hell yes, baby, it's working. I don't even know if I didn't even I don't even think I put myself on Western VTuber. I never did. Fun fact: the VTuber thing was, hey, I'm doing something. Something is working. Something is successful. I'm gonna have to double check that. I'm gonna have to say thanks to whoever posted me. But yeah, no, I started the VTuber thing a little while ago because unfortunately, I am an ugly motherfucker and I look like a horrifying German Irish bulldog. So I'm like, maybe people don't want to look at my face, so I don't. Then the VTuber thing, I'm like, I already make these shit post Notepad kin things for fun, so I'm like, why not do the VTuber thing? And so I became Notepad Anon VTuber edition. I'm making it work. I'm doing it. The Notepad kin, yeah. Yeah, Salmon, wait, you never knew about the Notepad kin. Oh no. Oh no, we're going into. So for context sake, I I make those like shitty edits for like every single one of my games. I have like one of the things is for every single one of my games, I have a title card associated with it. It's usually actually I can just go to things Notepad wants to do. And usually these title cards are just like they're shit posts. And I call them shit posts because they're kind of goofy and they're kind of silly, but it's like things that help me kind of like reference the things. I always put the Notepad document on there just because I can. They've gotten just more intricate over time as I just spend more time doing things with them. And then obviously I need to shitpost sometimes. So, how many of these godforsaken things do I have? So, okay, are you ready to feel very sad about with Notepad here for a second? So, if you... Actually, wait, no, that's a terrible idea. All right. So overall, I have 309 files among 11 folders in my Notepad kin thing, and a majority of them are like... let me see. All the VSONAs are in there. You get things like Cardinal Notepad, which it was a shit post. That's all they were. They were shit posts. Is the Hunter Myth thread on TG still up? The Hunter Myth thread shows up and immediately disappears. It's very strange. It kind of... If it's late at night, it can stay up for a good while. If it's like not... If it gets put up at a weird hour, I think the Jannies delete it. Like, I'm not kidding. I think Jannies delete that fucking thread. Let's see. I wanted to prove a point about repent Zoomers. Now, mind you, there are dozens of these fucking things that I've made, and like some of them are like copies of others. Oh yeah, the Bara holiday stream. Oh yeah, 10 points to Gryffindor if you figure out what the fuck that's from. And will one day will there be a game on that? Yes, because I fucking love that game. It's really damn good. Let's see. Oh yeah, The Curious Case of Swords Fall. What happened to TG? Ooh, TG, recently, over the past about 2 years, TG's been undergoing kind of an odd transition phase. It's... People have been... Management of the board has simultaneously gotten a lot worse and a lot better. Actually, not a lot better. It's just gotten worse, but it's like really draconian in some aspects. But in others, it's like Monster Girl world building is still fucking up constantly. It has been nothing but shit posting for 2 years, and nothing happens in those threads. Still up, nobody cares. Like, you'll find Coomer threads all the time. Like, just vaguely Coomer threads. But then it's like, oh, hey, let's talk about how the board's kind of fucked. That'll get deleted right away. You get, like, a lot of poll threads these days. Good God, you get a lot of poll threads. But the thing is, here's the fucked up thing about this, is that they always hide the poll threads, where it's just like, ha ha ha, let's talk about race relations in my setting. It's like, oh God. Like, here, actually. Boot up TG and kind of show. Yeah, yeah, mind you, as another thing, if you're wondering what that is, The Curious Case, usually some Saturdays I go over weird games, and weird games are weird, and I find very strange and terrible, terrible things. Last week I went over the Ruby RPG. Oof. Yeah, I got paid money to write Age of Sigmar Soulbound fan fiction, effectively. I got paid literal money for it. It's great. Where is... Oh, yeah. I did audition to become a VTuber from Niji. Yeah, like, the Warhammer, like, what, like, X gets put in Warhammer, what do? Those threads kind of got filtered pretty hard. Like, you get a lot of these, like, single post anime threads. Like, nothing of value is being discussed here. It's just anime. Let me see. Oh, yeah, what's the best way to include cat girls in your campaign? It's like, oh boy. Oh joy. Where was some other weird ones that... People keep bitching about the new SOSR. The Kickstarter thread keeps going up. This thread, actually, my thread, the Amateur Game Design Homebrew thread, I actually had to deliberately do that because you guys may remember the Game Design General. They fucked off about a year ago. The main guy, he's a guy I know actually, nice guy, he said, I don't want to post on TG anymore. Nothing occurs here. You don't get the traction we need. We're moving entirely to Discord. And they did. And I'm in that Discord. They're nice people. Don't get me wrong. It's just Discord. And it kind of became its own cesspit. Again, it's better than some Discords I've been in, like game design Discords. It's better than some. Others, it's a lot worse. Like, a lot worse. Like, holy shit worse. Let's see with some other... oh boy, like, you still get some mainstays. The work in progress thread's always up. But the board is really slow at points, but then really fast. And then you also get these, I fucking hate these threads. Mature content warning. None of this is valuable. This is all like 90% of this is fucking poll posting or making fun of riffs. It's like, TG, what has happened to you? My boy. Bring back the weekly smut thread. Fuck, man, there's already there. Fuck, they're already there, man. Just fucking look at literally anything there and you'll inevitably find some people posting porn. Fuck, there was one thread with like legit porn in it for a while and Janny's just didn't delete it. Story thread is still up somehow. We want political games. Ha ha ha. We need to make fun of people and local lord posting finally went away. I do remember that. Local lord posting did go the way of the dodo, thankfully. So now it's like realism fag people. That's just annoying. Not the fun kind of annoying either, just annoying. Just a lot of, yeah, cool. You're really cool and edgy, you 13-year-old no game. Let's see what's... Do I have any other ones? Oh, yeah. My notepad must die. Well, we'll deal with one more. There we go. There's Brazilian Catboy. Catboy notepad. Which was deliberately done for a single shit post on a single video I did. Because because I needed to make fun of Brazilians. That is literally the only reason that this exists. To make fun of a single Brazilian I know. So, yeah, it's... I do stuff. This weekend, probably nothing's going on too hardcore. Most likely we'll be doing we're doing a weekend project, most likely. To kind of get a good idea. And, oh yeah, I should also... Alright, let me allow this. The nibba that I'll link to over there, Paul VT, yeah. God bless VT, yeah, I don't know who. I'm gonna have to be over there and see what people say, but... Yeah, no, I mean, thank you guys for showing up. It means a lot to me. Leave a follow if you feel like. I stream Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, sometimes on Saturdays. Though I do upload all my archives to my YouTube. It's literally just this. Usually with less schizophrenic rant. So this is actually another project I have decided to undertake kind of as a side thing. This is Licensed Madness. So Licensed Madness is very simple. There are a lot of fucking licenses out there for games. You get things like Powered by Apocalypse, Lasers and Feelings, Forged in the Dark. You also get fucking Powered by Lesbians. Yeah, don't worry. We have Powered by Lesbians, everybody. Which here's the the funny thing is if you use this logo, if you use this license, you don't actually have to technically cite. Yeah, I did an entire review on Thirsty Sword Lesbians. I fucking hate this book. I fucking hate the person who wrote it. But you can, if you license this, you don't actually have to license Masks or PBTA, in which the game is entirely based on. It is interesting, fascinating even. And since the game is so open, it doesn't matter. It's great. I was actually debating on using that for Das Bunker. Pretty much you take the role of a group of officers and government officials as the city above is bombed into oblivion during the last days of a war to end all wars. Am I saying you're playing Hitler in the Führer bunker, being powered by lesbians? Of course I am. Why? Because I am a horrible, horrible human being. And I deliberately want to put her name on there just so people understand. Because I'm evil. I don't think people understand how fucking evil I am sometimes. Like, that's the entire point. But, yeah, no, fucking powered by the apocalypse. I can't get it. I fucking hate power PBTA. I hate it. But this is what I do. And I do have a website if you want to check out all my other games. Notepad Anon at Wixsite, SPRUG Workshop. Now my phone's going to ding in like 3 seconds. There we go. If you want all the games, let's see, are all the games listed? Yeah. If you want pure autism at its finest, it's this. It's just so many. It's so autistic. It's great. But that is kind of how the game works, unfortunately. The game is PBTA, and the world we live in is now powered by the apocalypse, and I feel really sad about it. Oof. So I think I'm gonna call it there for today. It's 11:30 right now, and this Wednesday we'll be going over Shadowrun, Black Trench. It's Black Mohawks and Pink Trench Coats, which is gonna be Shadowrun OSR. We're gonna be going over that. If things go according to plan, this weekend will probably be either a Weekend Warrior case, or it'll be me getting ready for another Curious case. Like I have, where is the Curious case stuff? I'm still hunting for some. So yeah, these are just games I want to go over and like want to introduce people to because I think it's cool. Let me see. Where is it? Okay, did all these. Yeah, there's a lot of things I want to go over. And my one thing too is if you ever find a game or ever find something that's a little bit weird or interesting, tell me, and I will look into it. Fun fact: I already did Necronica. Give me 1 second. Like, if you want, like, I already did a full stream on Necronica, and it's actually one of my more watched little opinions. My basic opinion on Necronica is the game is phenomenal. I adore that game. The problem is, it is Necronica. It is a sobbing face. Ooh woo, God please. Alice Sawyer was part of. It sounds familiar. Yeah, no, it's Necronica's fantastic. Necronica is a fucking amazing system. It is thematic. It is strong. It has cool themes. It is just really fucking hard to pitch it to people if you are not like ready for it. If you are not like ready to get pitched on that game, also someone already destroyed the funny number. Fuck all of you. If you are not ready to be pitched on Necronica, it is not going to work. If you can get, however, you can get a group saying, "Are you okay playing Necro Battle Lollies?" You're good. You're Gucci. You're gonna have a blast. The game's fucking amazing for it. Yeah, actually. Yeah, here's my little opinion on it. For more context, I usually do, there's 3 videos that go up on my channel mostly. It's uploads of my stream archives, my little opinions, which are like 2 to 3 minute little like exposés of like, hey, this is a game I have reviewed, this is what I think about it really quickly. And I do plan on doing updates. I also have detoxes, which are like, see all of this of me going over one of my games. This is my entire thoughts on it in 2 minutes. That's literally all that goes up on this channel. I'm not cool. I suck. I did hear about the Metabots conversion. Then it went away. I heard about it, people were excited about it, and then it just kind of flew away, like it just disappeared. Like probably the most bizarre. It's the most bizarre game I've reviewed. Let's see. The saddest game was Hollow Earth Expedition. I still fucking hate Stigmata, but I want Chad Walker's head on a pike. Double fun fact. This is my most viewed video at 284 views. And people do not shut up about this fucking game. I cannot escape this fucking game. Because people keep telling me about it. It's like, shut up. Just shut up, please. Oh, God. Like, it's... I attract some ire there. No way. Yeah, it is. You are correct. It's about that. I hate the game, not for its politics or anything, but it lies to you. The game is about filling bars. Every single aspect of that game is about filling a bar or reducing a bar. There's nothing else to it. He also made another game where he supports terrorism, bombs and balaclavas. Yeah. Fun fact: this is the same guy who made Stigmata, right here. Who made this? This is a game. It says it's about irregular warfare. It's literally just about terrorism. It is about terrorism, but don't worry, it's irregular warfare. Like, if you ever get curious, and I'm not. All I'm saying is that if you are a true gamer and are an oppressed minority in this beautiful world of ours, see if you can't find a extra legal copy of Stigmata and repeat the signal that the second edition expansion book, you don't need the first edition to play, but you also must have it to actually play it. It's fucking stupid. The game was supposed to be the entirety of Stigmata was supposed to be about an analogy for the Syrian civil war. I could go on a fucking rant about that game, but I will not. Yeah, he's Chad Walker. Am I implying that Chad Walker supports illegal terrorism? Possibly. How do I have the chutzpah to touch that topic? Because Chad Walker's a fuck. And I hate that man. Because he's a dick. Oh, Chad? Oh no, Chad Walker. Because he honestly believes he's right. It is pure, unadulterated belief that he is correct. And that everything about it is he is in the moral right about. The fact that he, it's, oh, everything was an analogy for the Syrian civil war. It's Virgin Strider, yeah. All right, Salmon. He believes that he is completely qualified to talk about it because he's cool and awesome and he has no flaws. He also believes, like, there were some odd parts because, like, you got to remember, Stigmata, not Stigmata. Stigmata is actually a holy thing. It's actually a Christian thing. I'm actually doing a game about that. Stigmata was about. It was not a power fantasy. He explicitly says that in the expansion book. It was not a power fantasy, and you were supposed to feel sad, even though it's a power fantasy. And he spends about the first like chapter of the expansion book. That is the second edition of the book, mind you. Whinging about how people didn't understand his game, and he was sorry, and he was sad that people didn't understand it, even though he's an unironic terrorist, like unironic supporting terrorism. So, hey, what do I know, right? I mean, I'm just a fascist gamer, according to him. I'm a fascist Rhodesian, and even though yeah, I have to leave out on this just because I still fucking hate it. This is my favorite thing. All of this. You may be wondering, wow, Notepad, this looks a little bit weird. It's on the Sigmata, the Signal Kills Fascist things. Now, the beautiful thing is he did a Kickstarter and he raised a bunch of money for it. However, this is where things get a little bit gamer moments. You see all these stretch goals? Oh man, look at all these cool stretch goals. Got all these cool things. There has been 2 stretch goals fulfilled. I think he did use actual photographs from Syrian Civil War. I think he did. And I don't think he understands some of the context behind it. But all of these different cool backer things never came to be. None of them. Only 2 did. The Sigmata FM, which was a mediocre synthwave. Not terrible, not my thing. And the Repeat the Signal. And all of these things were actually lies. A curated compilation of all stretch gold and alternate settings. There are no stretch gold alternate settings. None of these exist. None of them. A guidebook to creating your own Sigmata settings. It is literally half a paragraph. That is literally all that. It is a half a paragraph saying you can swap it if you want. It's literally him whinging and adding like stupid mechanics that nobody cares about. But like none of this actually happens. That's the kicker. But the best part is he used the money to fund his other games. No. None of that. Oh, Nigerian Print Simulator? Give me 1 second. I actually helped write. Now, if you're on, maybe if you were on T8 2018, you may have seen this. But do any of you remember Witch Doctors and War Crimes? Yeah, it was kind of in that weird, like, early 2019, kind of had some odd threads. It was run by a bunch of Polacks, so I took the game and did my own thing with it. This is Hearts of Darkness. It is a revolutionary game about revolutions and all the problems that go along with it. And it's all about Africa, and it's all about the problems that go into it. You want stuff to go on? You want Nigerian Print Simulator? Just tell me. You can do it. You want all the different faction stuff? Go for it. You want to... actually, you joke about the Seth Simulator. Let me see. Do I still have it? Yeah. It was the one image I had. Like, I had to use it. Shadow of the Demon Lord. Fun fact about Shadow of the Demon Lord. The guy who wrote that game wrote the A Song of Ice and Fire role-playing game book from Green Ronin. He wrote that system. That was like the really odd thing. I'm like, oh, that's kind of a neat little piece of trivia. Okay. But yeah, no, this was I looked at this game, like I did this game before I even really knew about Sigmata. And if you want a full thing about revolutionary conflicts, I have it right here. I even have an entire thing on how misconceptions of Africa and misconceptions of how society works. It's yeah, I also have my little aside on what happened there. I also have various expansions. I have that was the Yugoslavian conflict. That's making things bizarre. That's the Spanish Civil War. Someone bullied me into making a Valkyria Chronicles game using it. Divided States of America, Chinese Civil War, and the Middle East in post-apocalypse. Thank you for the follow. Like, I did this all, not even on stream. Like, all of this was written off stream. That was before I even started about doing this. After I started working on things a little bit more hardcore, there is a version of me fixing up some things and fixing up the main book with this. But like there's some cursed shit that I've written during my times. I could never work on this game. I can never work on Rahowa, but however, it exists. It is here. One day it will get fixed. One day. Entirely for a Sword Dream meme. That's it. That's it. That's all I wrote it for. Yeah. Like, this is what I do. I do it for fun. And I hope other people learn to enjoy it as well. That's all I can really ask for. If you see me if you feel like show me more on VT, the more I grow, the better I do, the more I get, the more I see. And would be cool. So, yeah, thank you all. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, wonderful rest of your night, depending on where you're from. Godspeed, good luck, and I will catch you all on the flip side. Sayonara. Actually, wait a second, I gotta update the ticker. I'm not fancy enough to have one of those fancy tickers. There we go. All right. Thank you. Have a nice night. Bye.